You're listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. I am your host, Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes. In this show, I'm sitting down with creators from all walks of life to talk about inspiration, process, the lessons they've learned, and a whole lot more. Wepa! What up, man? This is your boy Al Mega. Welcome to a brand new Comic Crusaders podcast. And today we have an amazing return guest. And we're talking indie comics today, baby. You know what it is, that comic crew. We love our indie comics and supporting these amazing creators. I'm happy to have this amazing comic book creator, artist, with a dope book series that I'm pretty sure what some of you have in your library, and those that don't, shame on you. You know, run about this Lord of the Cosmos from the man himself, the big boss, Jason Lenox. How you doing?
Yes. Al, I feel like I'm ready to wrestle someone after that intro. I'm ready to throw you into the ropes.
Oh man, what's your theme music? What's your theme music as a wrestler?
You know what? I would pick that Motorhead song that they did for Triple H, right? For the game, right? Yeah, that was pretty badass. Good Lemmy did that.
See that. I want to see indie comics, people come out as wrestlers. If we do a comic book show, I want my stage to look like a wrestling arena, but it's only comic book nerds or pop dressed up and comic book culture. And I introduce you guys like that. You guys get amped up, and who gives me the best elevator pitch wins.
Oh, I like it.
Let's do that.
Triple H's music, right?
Man, I want to see. You should wear a wig and make sure that you flip.
Well, yeah, I need a little more, right? I'm gonna need a wig, right? I'll need a big clown, like a big clown wig, right? Big red clown hair.
I'll join you there. I'll just add more add some extensions to this little thing I got going there, and that's it.
Put enough, you could be like a turkey, right? The whole thing, right?
Perfectly themed for the holidays that we're in right now.
Exactly, right?
But Al Mega ain't no job turkey, I'll tell you that. All right. So with that, Jay, thanks for coming back, and
thanks for having me out.
Lord of the Cosmos. We had you on way back. Now I'm on my 511th episode right now.
Woo. All right.
We're killing it, man. And so talk to me about that journey since the last time you've been on, bro.
Since the last time I was on, was for my satanic coloring book. And I remember that we did that interview. I was in a car outside of Williamsport. So I remember that. And I was concerned that the signal would die on the recording. And it didn't. So since then, not a lot's changed. My wife got a new job. She's happier. So she reminded me, she said, don't forget your podcast at 7:00. And so just doing well with the family. My younger son, who's watching playing video games in front of me, he's getting ready to turn 10 in December. And so that's his big thing, NFL flag football. And my older son is in 7th grade, and he is big in scouting. And I still have my regular job working in heating and air conditioning, so I'm still doing that. What else has been going on since then? Just the world's been grinding, and I've been working pretty much nonstop for the last couple years, getting these new issue of Lords of the Cosmos ready and getting all the old issues revamped. And that's been a tremendous amount of time. I think Lords 5 took a little bit over 2 years to actually create. The book's done. Doing some printing proof work this weekend. I had a printer lined up to do the book, and the pricing was through the roof. And even though I love that printer, I went to a local offset printer where I live in State College, Pennsylvania, and they gave me a price that was about half. And it saved me thousands of dollars. So this weekend I have to reproof the proofs, which is kind of a pain in the butt. But if you can save $2,300, I'll take
that money, man.
To read it, because it's obviously one of the big things that happened since I was on, I believe in 2021. Wow, it's been 3 years. Is the price of everything. So I think for whether it's me or anybody else, the cost of shipping, the cost of printing, the cost of postage has all gone up, and I think it's caused a lot of challenges for people like me that make books, right? So when you're making little books like this, right? This is the revamped Lords of the Cosmos 1, right?
Oh, look
Um,
how pretty that cover is. Wepa.
yeah,
Ah.
they're hard. They're more expensive to print. They're more expensive to ship. So that's what I've got going on right
By
now.
what percentage you think or say that it has gone up by, from that time to now, percentage wise?
I'll tell you a story. It's so funny. The day I launched my Kickstarter, a friend of mine that is writing a children's book called me on the phone and he said, "I just backed your book," and he just started chatting about Kickstarter, and the conversation went to postage, and he said, "What is the current media mail rate, like the minimum media mail, right?" And I said, "I believe it's $4.69." And he goes, "No, no, I didn't say like sending a big package first class. He said media mail." I'm like, "I just checked it last week. It's like
Yeah.
$4.69." And he goes, "What? I thought it was like 40 cents." And I was like, "Bro, like what? Like this is the guy trying to buy, like and this was about 2 months ago." And so on my last coloring book, 2021, which is when I did Lords of the Cosmos 4 as well, media mail was like $3. So I mean, whatever 460, that's like a 55 or 56% increase in a couple years.
Jesus.
And I'll tell you
I used to use it for eBay sales, back when I lived in Queens. And wow, you're shocking me, because back then medium mail was, for me, shit. I was paying less than $2 to ship.
it's actually it's shocking, and you're like, wasn't that the cheap version?
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. I mean, but of course there was rules behind. They couldn't be current books, with live ads and shit like that. Because if they would
yeah.
open it, obviously you get a fine or some shit. And they never opened it, so it worked out up until it didn't.
I just checked. 463 is the minimum cost as of today. 463 is
Minimum.
the minimum. So if you put like a paperback book to send it to your friend in Chicago, right, or wherever, 463.
Insane.
And so I mean look, people are feeling the pain. They're feeling the pinch on rent. They're feeling the pinch on a gallon of milk. And so comic book creators, we're feeling the pinch.
Aren't eggs going now?
Yeah, it's a big deal. Now, one thing I did do, Al, talking about what I've been up to, I taught myself how to use Pirate Ship, the printing company, so they will get you a discounted rate below that.
Oh,
Right.
nice. Yeah, one of my buddies that does toy shipping has spoken to me about that, and swears by it. Says he does save money.
So I bought a little printer about a year ago to use for this. So I'll use this for the campaign. And I was like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And then I forced myself during the campaign just to teach myself how to use it. And I mailed a couple packages out that I had to send to some friends. And it was a little weird to get used to, but you actually can save, like they get discounted rates. So if you're shipping anything in bulk, whether you're an eBay guy, Kickstarter guy, whatever you're doing, I would highly recommend Pirate Ship. It took me about an hour to get, printing and using it and everything else. It's actually a very nice service, and I would highly recommend Pirate Ship. I mean, if you're just mailing something occasionally to like a relative, you can just go to the post office and just, you can eat the freight. But if you have hundreds of packages and you can save $2, $3, $4 a package, depending on the size.
Oh, heck yeah. Yeah.
You're looking at some big savings. So Pirate Ship's another change that in the past I wouldn't do. Another change for me too with printing and shipping. In the past, Al, when I did Kickstarters, I would get the book about halfway done, and then I would do the Kickstarter. Then I would take my time to finish it and ship it out like within a year. And this book, I was so concerned about costs escalating that I wanted to have the entire book done before I launched it on Kickstarter. So this book took a little longer to get ready because there's no back end work. It's just ready to go to print.
Yes, folks. Amazing. Now,
so a lot of changes in the world that affect us making comic books, right? And we don't want to think about the business part of comic books, but
you have to.
You have to. It really affects what you're doing.
Yeah, people, listen, I understand you want to create. It's fun. Everybody wants to do the fun stuff. But and this is the nitty gritty. This is the dirty stuff. But this is the stuff where you got, this is this is the bank, man. This is what actually does matter at the end of the day. If you want to, try to make some money off of these little projects, again, but like you said, $2,300 here and there. Postage going up the way it did. So with that $2,300 savings, how much is that now postage rate eat up into that supposed savings? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, and I'm hopeful I can save some money on my postage when I ship all these things out. But I'll tell you another thing too that's changed: people buying PDFs, digital books.
Okay.
I would say about 45% of my backers pick digital rewards, no print.
Ooh. From the first project to the most current project, what percentage change would you say you saw amongst that PDF? From print to a PDF preference.
It's always been there, but I think back to the first issue, it was maybe 10%. I think it's just gone up because one, I think a lot of people don't want to have to take the space to have the stuff, so it's easier to have it in some digital format. It's faster, right? They can take it with them. So it's people are more accepting of it. Years ago, I don't think they were. I do think the large comic platforms like Comixology have taken a hit. There's been a lot of problems. I know with Comixology, when it went to Amazon, it's not as easy to use for most people. There was also a platform I think called Madefire that like went bankrupt and
oh my God, Madefire! I forgot about them.
Yeah, no, I met the Madefire guys at New York Comic Con in 2012. They were super nice, and then I think it was about a year ago there was a big article how the whole thing shut down. So I do think digital comics on the big platforms may not be doing as well, but I think for guys like me just saying, Al, I can sell you a PDF for $5, it's okay, cool. I want to get a PDF for $5, which is great for me because now there's no printing, there's no shipping. So those digital customers to me are gold because they are participating, they're supporting, and they are generating the least amount of extra work. But we still love our paper comics, right? So part of it breaks my heart a little bit. I'm still a paper comic guy.
Yeah, me too.
The only digital comics I've purchased in my lifetime are things that I was unable to get in print. One was a licensing issue with a book called Exacxion, which was a super giant robot comic by the guy that made Gunsmith Cats, Kenichi Sonata.
Okay.
It's like EXXAXION. The final couple volumes were not licensed through Dark Horse. They only went so many and then stopped for some legal issues.
Okay.
And then I just got Pat Mills' new volume of Requiem from his store. I think it was from Gumroad. For whatever reason, he's not printing it yet. I will buy it when it goes to print, but I really wanted to read it because I'm a huge Pat Mills fan.
It's Pat. Yeah, I've spoken to him a couple of times, man. He's a legend. He is a legend, and such a pleasure to chat with him, man. Does he? I mean, let me. If your kid felt funny about me in the green room, man, he's gonna definitely make Pat have a swear jar. I promise you.
Well, I hope my son doesn't have to talk to Pat until he's out of the swear jar phase, because it sounds like Pat might owe him royalties. But no, I'm a huge Pat Mills fan. Pat Mills, son. Pat Mills. Pat Mills is not an asshole. I did not say that. This is my son. He's a minor. Hey, track that.
Swear jar.
No.
No. You were a minor at one point. Everyone's a minor at one point.
Okay, you need to zip it. No, but no, I love Pat Mills. Like I said, his books are amazing. Requiem's amazing. If you've never read it, I'm a huge fan. It's a fully painted comic book about vampires in hell. And I've been reading it for years in Heavy Metal magazine. So
that sounds like what Todd's doing in Spawn right now.
Oh wow!
Over hell and all this stuff. Yeah, wow stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what questions do you have about Lords of the Cosmos, Al? What can I tell you?
So you're gonna be talking to me. Where are we at right now? We're at issue 5, right? At that wonderful Kickstarter that ended successfully. So before we get into anything, folks, I know I love to salute those wonderful independent comic book backers. You had 202 backers out of a $4,000 goal. You got 8,690. That's love, baby. Woo! Thank you for supporting indie folks and my big homie here, Jason, because he is incredible. Now, before we get into any questions, you know what it is? I love to show these videos. I want to see what they do. Let's hit play and then get back into what Lord of the Cosmos is all about.
Lords of the Cosmos, unite! The critically
I'm sorry, folks. No audio?
Yeah, the audio was. I heard nothing.
Okay, so let's check those settings. Thank you, StreamYard. Thank you, StreamYard, so much.
StreamYard.
Yep, let's try this again because I know I hit the button the right way. So there ain't no way I messed that up. So I'm going to try this again. Let's do the share screen. And I'm so sorry, folks.
Don't worry about it.
The audio. Boom.
We actually have a real voice actor. We have Doug Stone from the Mask cartoon in the 80s.
So we better hear that voice. All right. So let's try right now.
Let's do it.
Lords of the Cosmos, unite! The critically acclaimed comic book series by Jason Lenox, Dennis Fallon, and Jason Volunteer.
Yeah, I can hear it. It's good.
Issue 5. Welcome back to Planet Aiden, a land where banished Greek gods, undead unicorns, cannibal cyborgs, and a vengeful dominatrix all wage war over a world run by a planet-sized machine. Lords of the Cosmos, Issue 5. Featuring 3 mind-bending stories on 44 pages in classic black and white. Heroes are summoned and villains betray one another, forming new dark alliances as the main storyline continues in Enemy of My Enemy. Archvillain Zemba's daily routine of decadence, torture, and sadism is turned upside down in A Day in the Life, when domination and introspection collide. During the First Cosmic War, a group of Lords of the Cosmos commandos go deep behind enemy lines to discover the disciples of Umex's latest plan. In Pulse, Part 1, inspired by 1980s favorites like Masters of the Universe, 2000 AD, and Heavy Metal Magazine. Lords of the Cosmos 5 features a variety of unique rewards, including variant covers from Koi Fall, L.C. Freitas, Caesar, and Ignacio Ragnarsson. See why Indie Comics Dispatch says Lords of the Cosmos pulls all the nostalgia strings while managing to also create something new and unique. And Behold the Geek says Lords of the Cosmos is an insane sci-fi fantasy comic that takes no prisoners. Back Lords of the Cosmos Issue 5, now on Kickstarter.
And there we go, folks. What? First that voice. How did you land the voice, brother?
So I put a post on Facebook, and I just said, does anyone know anyone that is a voice actor? And then I had a bunch of random people that said, I could do, it's kind of people just saying, well, I'll do it. No, okay. That's not what I wanted, because because you like these sorts of things, for voice actors, there's a difference between just you and I versus a real voice actor. And a gentleman that I know from when I was in high school that's actually been in some of the Marvel movies as a character. He was in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and maybe 3, I believe. He reached out to me from Los Angeles and said, hey, I love what you're doing. If you need a voice actor, you should reach out to my friend Doug. And I said, well, who's Doug? And he said, did you like Mask? Remember the cars that turn into different stuff?
Of course.
He said, I'm buddies with the guy that's Matt Tracker. right? And I was like, I love that show, Matt Tracker, and that's Doug Stone. And I sent Doug an email saying, hey, your friend said I should reach out. And he was totally cool and was like, I'd love to do it. You know, write me a script. Here's how I expect it to be written out with a pronunciation guide and everything else. And I wrote it up. And, then, I paid him and he sent back, here's the audio files. And he was cool. He was like, I tried to do it in a way that seemed like there were 1980s comics, or cartoons, right? And he kind of did it a little exaggerated, which is what I wanted. And so we got Doug and we did a kickoff.
Awesome.
Yeah, we did a kickoff party on my friend's YouTube channel for the campaign, and we had Doug on for like 45 minutes, and he told us a bunch of just wild, weird 80s cartoon stories. And
my God, I got to hear these one day. Oh man,
I'll send you the link. He's a super guy. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm saying I got to hear that because I have my friend Bud from Old Timers Comic Book Show, and he hangs out with old school comic book creators from the 70s era. And he goes, Al, the stories these guys share. Oh my God, you would never believe what was going on.
I would believe it. Well, the fun thing with Doug is he can just switch his voice on a dime. So when he's talking to you, he like kind of switches voices like a chameleon. And he's a lot of fun. He does a lot of work with cat adoption now. He's big into making sure homeless cats get a home. And I was just really proud. The more I got to know the guy and just listen to him, I was like, this guy's awesome. Like, he's just a really superhuman being. So it was really cool to have him on. I think one of the most depressing things about getting to meet people that you might look up to is you liked him on a show and then you talk to him in real life and you're like, I don't like this guy. He's a jerk. I don't like this. But I really like Doug. He's a super dude. And maybe we'll have him back again in the future, but he was a real trip to work with. And we also, for that video, I got the Cybertronic Spree to allow me to use music from their new album, Ravage.
That's so awesome.
And they're the people that dress up like Transformers, right?
Yeah.
So I wrote them a note, and I was like, could I pay to use your music? And they wrote me back and said, no, we know who you are, and you all support us. And just use it and do well, human, or whatever.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So, how does it feel like you get, you ask and you get people? I mean, do you go in thinking like, oh, I'm sure they're going to be down? Or do you go in like, I hope they're down? I mean, how do you manifest it, bro? Because it happens.
I've done sales my entire adult life. And the one thing I've learned is you don't get a yes unless you ask. So the worst thing a Cybertronic Spree could say is, nah.
Yeah.
Or hey, we want $100,000 to use our song or whatever. And then you just say, okay. And then you have a plan B. But if you're polite, if you're respectful, and you value that it's their right to say no, and you're okay with it, you're not going to, oh my God, Yeah. I saw recently, I think it was Jason Kelsey. Someone asked him for an autograph and he was busy. And then the person cursed him out. And, you're like, well, I mean, look, we're not beholden to everyone's wishes. So, I mean, you don't always get what you want. So, if someone says no, you have to say, I appreciate your time. Thank you very much. So I don't really manifest it. I just ask. And if they would have said no, I would have found someone else cool. I would have thought about it and figured out a super plan B. So there's great talents out there. But, here's the thing. If you're polite, respectful, and you're willing to take no and you're cool with that, I think you'll be surprised at how many yeses you get because,
Yeah, you're right. Don't not to use the term I hate to use, but don't be a Karen to people if they say no. Just be humble, Yeah. And that's that. Move on. Like homie said, it's okay. It's a no now. It might have a yes another time. Once they see how big you become, they'll come out. I have had those things happen to me. I've asked said no, and then they come back like, yo, way later on. Hey, all right, people just misjudge sometimes. You never know. It's all right. Just go ahead and try.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
Right?
That's all you got to do.
And now, I want to talk about this art, though. I mean, look at this art.
Yeah.
Man.
That's one of my pages. That's some of my art right there. So I'm proud of that page. Proud of that page.
Beautiful. I mean, look at this. When I saw this, man, my mind just the way it looks, the detail on this turtle, man, this is insane.
Yeah, he's a gigantic turtle with battleship guns on him, and we have his origin story laid out. One of these issues, we're going to find out why he's like this.
Really? Oh man, this guy. Where do you
Yeah.
come up with these things, bro? I mean,
You
well,
know what? It's just all rattles around in here. Thousands of hours of watching great 80s cartoons like Masters of the Universe and Thundar the Barbarian, right? Black Star. Remember Black
oh my
Star, right?
God! Actually,
So,
I have that. I recently obtained the whole Black Star in digital format.
man, you got who was the one where the sci-fi sheriff where his horse had a
Brave
shot?
Star. That was
Brave
Brave
Star.
Star.
Yeah, you watch enough of that stuff when you're a kid, and this stuff just rattles around in your head. So, I mean, really, what Lords of the Cosmos is it's an expression of how much I love that time in my life when those cartoons were like magic. And look, I'm sure you're with me on this, right? They took you to another place, and the movies like Flash Gordon from 1980, Krull, right? Conan the Barbarian, all those things are
Oh,
kind of fantastic, and they were bigger than
the
life.
Beastmaster, bro.
Beastmaster, Sword and the Sorcerer,
oh.
Captain Power and the Soldiers of the Future, all those
Oh
things.
my God, yeah, yo, with the toys. Yo, when I went to
Yeah,
my last convention in Massachusetts, independent one, he had the Captain Power toys in boxes still, dude, on sale.
and they tug at us, right? If you're a certain age, they tug at you. My
Yeah,
kids are like, we don't get it, but I'm like, yeah, you're wrong. So no, this comic book is about all those things in my head, and then if I wanted to tell an original story but had those as kind of the DNA to it, so that's what Lords of the Cosmos is all about. It's a self-contained world, kind of like Eternia or Mongo, right, from Masters of the Universe or Flash Gordon, respectively, where there's magic, there's technology, there's robots, there's talking animals, there's magic, there's fighter planes. It's all there, and there's people that are really evil on the one side that have come back out of kind of a hibernation to attack the world one more time. And the heroes who suffered horrible losses in a prior conflict with these villains, they've got to come back out because we learn who the Lords of the Cosmos are. They've gone into a self-exile. There's been too much death. There's been too much destruction. We found out an issue for the main hero is living in solitude in kind of a Fortress of Solitude type building because his brother got killed in the past. And he doesn't want to fight anymore because his brother got killed. And the main villain who's out on the warpath killed him. He cut his head off. So we keep, we're like, so the Lords of the Cosmos, they're not fighting anymore. But what we learn in issue 5 is that they've decided now that they can't sit on the sidelines because this is the final war on this planet. And our planet's called Aiden. So they've now realized they've got to summon whatever they've got left across the world, and they've got to go to war one last time. This is like prize fighters, right? Like they keep fighting over the years, and like the story arc. So each issue has different stories, like an anthology. The main story is the one that I draw, and basically what we're realizing is the main story is the last story. Like this is the end. This is it. This is the final showdown, and it's all leading towards one last fight. Like spoiler, like it's all going to go to one big final fight. But the side stories go back in time. So you'll meet a character in the main story, like there's an exiled plant living inside, an intelligent plant living inside a robot that saves another one of the heroes. Well, we find out who this machine plant is, but he's lived 250,000 years ago, is when he was young, and he's made decisions that he's still alive today. That's in issue 3. So that's kind of the fantastic space we're in, where we've got this one final story, but then all the other little stories are like branching off from like, who is this and why is this person doing that? So like in issue 5, the woman on the screen with the long ponytail, she decides to betray the other villains in the main story. And then of course there's a thing like go see her origin story. Then you got to read the second story in the book. And then it goes back to like who she is and why she is a villain, but also why she decides to betray the other villains. So we keep like opening up different doors to explain who all these characters are in the world of Lords of the Cosmos.
Love that.
Yeah, it's a fun storytelling concept. But then the other thing fun for me, Al, is these hands can only do so much work. So that means we've had to bring in other artists and other writers. So if you scroll down, you can see some of the other artists. So we have character model sheets, which you can actually buy in the campaign.
Oh,
So these are other artists that are doing our characters in our universe. So each book is like an old school heavy metal, black and white art from different artists, right?
fucking love it. Love
Yeah.
it.
So that's
I mean,
an
and
artist.
look at the amount of word bubbles. You know, this is the good read, folks. Not a quick 5-minute comic book. I mean, look.
No, the book is 44 pages. I mean, it is a dense book. It's a brick.
Look at this. It's a gorgeous book. I mean, look at this artistry, man. The paneling. It does feel like that old school for me. Like you said, yeah, magazine vibe. It really does have it, yo. I don't even have the book in my hand. I wish I did. Shit. I want to smell the ink, man. I want to smell the ink. Can I smell it through the screen? You got it right there. Look at that. Look at that, folks. Look at that book. Holy shit. Look how pretty that book is. In hand. Look at that. Oof. Oof.
Right.
Folks,
I mean, it's a dense book. It's hard to here. I'm gonna try to flip, right? It's always a little hard to show and tell with a comic book like this, but it's a dense book. I mean, it's just a lot in it. It's 44 interior pages, right? It's luscious artwork, lots to read, right?
Hey, look at that. Holy shit.
Yeah, right. We got a splash page over here to end the main story. Then we kick off like, why is she shooting one of the other villains, right? It's a lot of fun, man. And that's really the spirit and the DNA of this book. Part of the challenge of doing something that's inspired by something is to not copy it. So I think one of the real strengths of Lords of the Cosmos is you can read it and you'll say, you know what? I feel that Silverhawks. I feel that Thundercats. I feel that Masters of the Universe, but it's different. Yeah. So it's like if you like a Western, you could like for a few dollars more and you'd feel a little bit something familiar and Unforgiven, but it's not the same.
Yep.
Still kind of got the Man with No Name and some other things, but it's different. And I think, as you read Lords of the Cosmos, you'll see Umex and you'll say, he kind of reminds me of Doc Terror from Centurions, but he also kind of reminds me of Mumra from Thundercats, but he's not.
He said Centurions, bro. What are you
right?
doing me right now? You make me want to watch all this again. I can't wait to tell my boy, yo, this guy dropped these cartoons. Have you seen these? I don't think he's ever seen Centurions.
Jason the Wheeled Warriors, right? I mean, that's the vibe I want to give you. Mighty Orbots, right? Like
now I know who I want. If there's ever a trivia contest and they give me a cartoon question, you are my official lifeline, bro. All right?
Bring me in, coach. Okay, well. Yeah, so that's the thing. And so this is the third story. So this is the Lords of the Cosmos and the war where the brother gets killed. This is a special forces action where we basically wanted to tell an 80s action story, but it's Lords of the Cosmos. So like there's a drill sergeant who's kind of like the main testosterone hero, but he's this character. He's Stinger, the bug with a shotgun, right? So it's
wait a minute. Wait. There we go. Boom. Oh, that's dope, dude.
Right. So that's the revamped cover for issue 3 where we learned Stinger's origin story, right? So all the books got a revamp for the Kickstarter. So all the old books have brand new refreshed covers.
Well, that is fire, man.
Yeah, wow. So it's exciting with Lords to see this. So this is the Lords characters in a 1980s action movie scenario where a group of commandos has to go to a secret base and uncover what the villains are up to. The villains are called they're called the Disciples of Umex. Umex is their leader, so it's kind of like a religious cult. So we're the Disciples of Umex versus the Lords of the Cosmos, right?
Okay.
Which a little bit of inspiration went to a 1990s video game called Command and Conquer, where they had the GDI, Global Defense Initiative, versus the Brotherhood of Nod. And I used to love the little videos in the game. So there's a little bit of flavor in this with, the Lords of the Cosmos versus the Disciples of Umex. So there's a little video game DNA in here too as well.
And that's also wrestling. Let's go. We got to do this, man. We got to do some wrestling stuff, Lenox.
Some wrestling stuff. Well, we got that. We got Boom. We got the character. We got one of the heroes is a rhinoceros. Here's the covers, Al. We got variant. That's the main cover that I drew, right? So that's Zemba in her action pose, right?
You did a monstrous job on this, bro. Cause this shit pops, bro. Did you also do the colors?
No, I did not. I'm not a colorist, but I had my colorist, Danny Zemba. She did that. She did a bang up job coloring that. So we love that cover so much. We redid all the old covers to make them that level of quality. There's Koi Pham, if you know who Koi is. He's a Marvel superstar.
Yes.
Yep, he did that for me, right?
Dope, bro. Dope.
That's LC Freitas. He did that cover. There's Zemba with Mordanix, who she crosses paths with. And there's the adult version. We have it censored for the kids, right?
Naughty.
Oh. So my inker is from Mexico City. His name's Caesar. He did that cover. He drew everything, colored it. He's a star.
Bro, word? Holy shit. Bro, how you find these? We'll talk about that in a second, yo.
So this is a gentleman named Ragnar or Ignacio Ragnarsson, and he does anime artwork. So he did the Lords of the Cosmos villains there as anime characters from the 90s.
That is fire, bro.
And then this one, stop right there. You see how we have the text in that blue box at the bottom?
Yeah.
We did that as a tribute to the old Bubblegum Crisis VHS anime boxes.
Oh, that VHS.
It's a VHS.
We living in the 80s still. Yeah, for real, bro. I mean, I have all my Friday the 13th on VHS. I don't have any cartoons on VHS. Holy shit. Because all my Transformers are on DVD. The movies and shit.
Well, man. He did his cover like a clamshell VHS box.
Word.
So this is a cover that this gentleman did here, and I'm spacing on his name. Keep scrolling. So David. So David, Ben Dunn, the Ninja High School sensei, he has some anthology books. So Lords of the Cosmos 1 through 4 got chopped up and put into Planet Comics, and he hired David to do that cover. And then he was kind enough to say you could put it in your Kickstarter. Because I said, well, come on, we got to use it for something, right?
I'm like really started looking at this. Is a goddamn sick design, bro. What the F is going on here? His body's on the outside. What is he doing with these? What the hell is going on here, bro? This is some shit out of nightmares, bro.
His origin story is in issue 4. We find out why the hell he's got a body like that, right? So where this character comes from is he looks like a regular man, right? Wearing kind of like robotic Roman armor. And he is in a huge fight with the Lords of the Cosmos on a beach. So it's like Saving Private Ryan. And the main hero, who has a talking sword, cuts him in half. And the other villains, they save him by fusing his body with a tank that he has to dissolve humans to feed off of. And now he's basically imprisoned in this body where he has to keep killing people to live. And he's now a cannibal cyborg.
Wow. I love it. Took your idea, man. I'll tell you that much.
So these are all the original. That's all my original art that's for sale in the Kickstarter. Some of those have been sold. But those
nice. So you're selling original art too. Oh, look at that. Nice.
Yeah. These are Luigi's original pages here.
Fire. Oh man. Sick.
These are Sasha's original pages for the story Pulse.
Look at that, yo. Man, I love how that truck design came out too. Wait a minute, is that thing as big as the building?
Yeah. So if you've ever been near a quarry, Al, there's trucks that are that big in real life. They just move rocks.
Word, damn. I've not been near that. I'm a city boy.
Yeah, get out near a quarry. So there's one near my house. There's a special crossing for trucks like that. They're about 40 feet high. It's crazy.
Would you want to drive one?
Absolutely not. I don't know what the hell I'd do with it, but they're real. Those are real things, right? So that's not bullshit. Those.
I mean, how fast does it go? A man doing $120 or something like that, then trying to brake.
They may only go like 5 miles an hour. I mean, they're just there to move rocks around. But I can't imagine they were going that fast.
Could you imagine?
There's LC's original art, right? It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it is, yo. Heck yeah. Heck yes. Then you got the past covers
So those
done.
are so I do sketch covers. We did hit one stretch goal. We missed out on the $10,000 stretch goal.
Yeah, that one on the corner
Ten
right there.
thousand dollars stretch goal was for special black and white covers. I'm saying I got a secret stash already, right? So
Ooh.
uh,
Stash. We'll
stash,
find out where you could get these. Don't you worry. You better
stash,
back you.
right?
Oh, dope.
All right, incentive black and white covers, right?
Man. Dude. Oh, I'm in love. Man. I love the black and white stuff, bro. This is
Yeah.
my shit. Oof. Bro. Oof. Man. You made me spend money right now. That's the goal. Let's go, folks. Come on, man. I knew you guys as tempted as I am. Listen, I've been showing it off. Like it's right there. Get on that Kickstarter right there, mi ante. Come on, folks. The link is below. Click away because listen, the Kickstarter not over, right? But right per se, it's successfully funded. However, come on, don't interrupt me. There we go. You can still late pledge for available rewards. You know what I mean? So let's make it happen. Support independent comics, kiddo. I mean, so talk about these late rewards. What are we getting? Where are we starting at? We could pick anything and everything off that's available to be pledged.
100%. Except some of the original art is sold, so you can't have that. But everything else that's in the campaign, you can go buy.
Okay, you could get Lord of the Cosmos. Let's start talking. You say so. PDF starting at $5, folks. You get the Lord of the Cosmos PDF collect. Oh, what a deal! $15. Do you know how many pages that is, folks? So let them know how many pages each one of these comic books are for them to understand what they're buying from Lord of the Cosmos 1 through 5 PDF for $15.
It's about 200. It's about 200 interior pages. These are all big books. Like
Do
if you're
you
old
hear
enough
this,
to have
folks?
like king size annuals, that's what these books are like. They're big books.
There is no graphic novel you could buy that has that many pages for $15.
No, it's the $15 PDF for the full set is
Yeah,
amazing. It's
yeah, it's
great.
like a graphic novel. That's what I'm saying. In comparison in price, and like, yeah, you get over 200 pages of comic book content for $15 in PDF
Plus all
format.
the covers. I put all
Those
the
that
PDFs. So
yes, it's for those that don't want to self porn. You know, me, I'm a self porn kind of guy. I need my books. You know, I put them on display and show them off. I mean, look at this right here. You could get a
shelf
physical
porn.
copy starting at 15. Yeah, I love it. Self porn, baby. That's what we got.
Yeah. Shelf porn people are a dying breed. I appreciate it. I got my anime shelf. That's my shelf porn. I got like 400 anime or something on
Oh
there.
man.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Like I'm a villains guy, so I have villain shelves of toys. You know, one dedicated to Megatron. I got one dedicated to Skeletor. I got shelves dedicated to the Dreadnoks, top shelf all Cobra villains. You know, and one of my friends came over and saw my Megatron one in specific, and that's the one I'm kind of overdosing on. I love Megatron, and she looks and it's like, it doesn't look like a display. It looks like an altar.
I saw a guy on Facebook. I follow some GI Joe modeling groups, and I saw a guy how on Facebook he has maybe a 60-foot long basement, and he built a USS flag to scale to the figures.
No way.
Now this USS flag, like the toy, remember, was like 5 feet long. He built a scale aircraft carrier, and it's about 40 feet long. And the action figures are to scale on a real aircraft carrier in this thing. So he built like a real to scale aircraft carrier, and I showed it to my wife, and she just said no. I'm like, I just thought this was cool. She goes, no.
Don't you dare get an idea.
If we have an aircraft carrier, I'm like, I couldn't even say that I wasn't into building it. I just showed it to her. She's like, nope.
Do you have a pool?
No, I don't. But
Well,
maybe
thank God, because if you had a pool, she would have looked immediately behind, like.
Yeah, right. I'm putting the aircraft carrier in the pool. Nope. But yeah, no, there's some wild GI Joe stuff on Facebook with these. Actually, I saw a guy that was building custom Masters of the Universe Snake Mountains to scale. And this guy had a snake mountain about as tall as a person, about 5.5, 6 foot tall. and he had LED lava, and I'm like, this is like the coolest stuff ever.
We're living in fun times for geeks from our era. With this technology in our hands, we are dangerous.
Some of the stuff, and like I said, I'm not into collecting toys at this point. I got a few on some shelves. I got an Akira motorcycle. It's my prize toy. But some of the stuff that these geniuses are creating that they're showing off, I mean, it's whatever you thought was cool with toys. Like this stuff's like Olympic level insanity with the G.I. Joe, Transformers, Masters of the Universe collectors. It's really insane.
Yeah. I'm trying to slow down, but it's just sometimes, they come up with something, just like Lord of the Cosmos, where you can't just help yourself and you reach into your pocket, you just make it rain because again, this is what we have to do here. Now let's get back to this amazing Kickstarter, folks. That again, we have time. It's the holidays. This is the perfect Christmas gift for the nerd in your life.
Yeah,
right, for real. And this is quality content, independent goodies. I mean, again. Print covers starting at $15. Choose from A, B, C, D, E. All right. The E anime cover, right? F. Look at that, baby. We got those spicy covers now. Spicy, little different, So you got that at $60, right? Physical copy of that, spicy by Alfred, and it also includes the PDF. All right.
Yep.
And is the PDF also the spicy cover PDF, or is that a normal cover PDF?
No, the spicy cover is in all the PDFs. So like I have all the covers in the PDF, so you get all the covers.
Okay, nice. You see, folks, now over here, a whole physical set of the signed by Jason himself. You want this because once this becomes a very big thing, because again, everybody's looking for the next big thing. This is going to be it right here. You see the successful campaign one after the other because he has something awesome here. So folks, get in there. Wonderful holiday gift as well. Get them this physical tier, $55, right? And it also includes a PDF copy of Roller Cosmos number 5. So, if they don't want to put their fingerprints on their shelf form, they want to frame it, because I suggest they better read it. Read it once at least before you frame it. Come on.
Or right? Slab it, right? The slab it.
Yeah, that slabbing stuff. Listen, to each their own. And whatever those companies, they do that, y'all make your money. Hey, good on you. Me, I will never want a slab book.
I'll be honest, and look, I don't want to make fun of anybody's hobbies because that's not cool. But me personally, I'm with you. I've never comprehended the slab thing. It just seems very strange to me. At that point, it's almost like buying a stock. Like I bought a share of Exxon. Well, what is it? What do you have? Well, it's on my Fidelity account. It says 1, you know what I mean? So it's kind of weird where it's like, so I have this Spider-Man comic, we can look at it, but we can't really ever touch it or read it.
Right? Yeah.
I don't. So I get it's investing, but I'm like, man,
exactly.
But if you're investing, like, I don't know, I don't like comics as investing, and I guess that's antithetical to a lot of collectors. But I'm like, this is supposed to be fun,
yeah,
and I don't know. I struggle with the slabbing because I'm just like, but it just seems anti.
You hit exactly how I feel. That you gonna have this beautiful book that you could never ever. Oh, what are you gonna do? Get a PDF, right? Have the PDF copy next to it. Hit that button and you can look at it in a PDF.
Yeah, I don't quite get it. It's just, excuse me, I'm yawning. I don't get it. It's not in my DNA to do that.
We're old schoolers. That's all it is. We used to go to the shops, buying the 50-cent ones and smelling the inside and be like, oh, and look what's going on here. I think they still do it for fun. I have some stuff that I'm gonna sell because, hey, like you said, sometimes we need room, right?
Well, it's crazy. The smell that I miss, and I'm sure you're thinking of the same thing, is actually the paper decomposing. It's kind of like almost a mildew smell.
Yeah.
Where the paper's breaking down with the ink and like the paper's got some acid in it. And like that's a light industrial smell. But for people of a certain age, and I'm targeting us here, like that was the smell when your uncle took you to the comic shop, right? And it was like in a basement or something like that. It was that smell, and then you had a great, like that smell was when you had a good time. So now if you smell that pulp smell, you're like, man, I kind of feel
happy.
I feel happy. I feel good, because
I think we were getting high as kids inadvertently, and that's just us getting high again on that old paper. That's a
Yeah.
mildew smell.
Well,
Like,
and a lot of new books don't have that grimy, like that old paper they wouldn't use now in printing. So even that smell is becoming obsolete.
yeah, I love this that you said that. I had this conversation today in my brother's house because I bought them a stack of some old comics that they want to use for decoration, but they're beat up, right?
Yeah.
And it's a combination of the new and old. Man, his girlfriend, which is not a big comic book fan, immediately fell in love with the older style of the books. This feels so rugged. It looks so great. The colors look so nice. I don't know. Like, it feels more comic booky. These new ones feel cartoony. So she actually appreciated paper over glossy stock. Like, oh shit. I never had someone,
Yeah.
outside of a comic fan say that. So I was like, ooh, this is a non-comic fan person that actually appreciated the older look better.
It's interesting. So I love the horror films. They're the ones that are called VHS. They're like the horror found footage anthology.
Oh, I know which one. Yeah, I like those. Those are they got some crazy little
Yeah.
ones in
And,
there.
and they've leaned into the old shitty tracking, the
Yeah,
crappy quality. And like I saw their new one that just came out, and they really lean into like the old, really crappy recording, but that gives it that flavor. And I love my Blu-rays, but they're so clean, like on animated, that they're just crisp. And that's a whole nother issue. But part of me, I do sort of miss that crisp pop, tracking,
yeah.
right? Tracking, and it's kind of like comic books. So I mean, even these new Lords of the Cosmos, they're printed. The covers are printed with a more glossy. I think that's a more clay-based paper, and the inside pages are acid-free, right? So they're
Nice.
they're smoother and they're better paper, but they don't smell. They don't have it like these are odor-free comic books, but those old pulp books, I mean, that's like wood pulp.
Yo,
Right.
Jay, I think we need to invent that as a kind of a spray on, and here you go. Yeah. And like axe but for geeks.
So I was at Wizard World Philadelphia in 2017, I think. No, it was 2015 is when I was there, and Stan Lee was still alive, and they announced Stan Lee's cologne. And it was like, smell like Stan Lee. And I was like, what does that smell like? A gin and
Ben
tonic?
Gay.
Yeah, Ben Gay, gin and tonic. And I'm like, we love Stan Lee, but I'm like, is someone like, I want to smell like an 80-year-old man? Like, it's like mothballs and gin and tonic. Like, I don't know what that is.
Hey, I like gin and tonic, though. That's my drink. That's funny enough.
That's what I'm saying. I just was sitting there being like, who, like,
so that means I already smell half like him.
Yeah, it was just weird. I'll just never forget that. It was just like, what is this? Like, smell like Stan Lee? Like, what?
So did you buy it though? Be honest.
I did not. I remember hearing it on the PA system. It's probably worth I probably missed out. It's probably worth a fortune.
Right? Anyone that wants that remembers Stan. Like, here, you want to smell Stan again?
Yeah. I'm looking it up right now. Stan Lee's cologne, $115.
Whoa, $115 and smell like Stan right now? He's turning over in his grave. He's missing out.
He's saying I'm missing out. I didn't make the loot.
Could you imagine him pimping that and like in his style, Stanley style, and selling it in a commercial like Johnny did this Sauvage?
Oh my God, he would he might have been pitching it at that show. I remember hearing it on the PA system.
Guys, if we have any AI video creators out there, that's the one to do. Stan Lee promoting the Stan Lee cologne in the style of Johnny Depp Sauvage. That would be hysterical.
Maybe you and I'll do wood pulp and ink. Do you want to
let's go, bro?
Collection?
Yeah. Oh.
Wow, I smell like wood pulp.
Hey, right? I mean, yeah. Listen, we might keep the ladies away, but at least the fellow geeks will understand.
No, like, you smell great, Al. Wow, can I smell you?
Could you imagine?
Right? Oh my God!
Al Mega and Jason Lenox go missing after selling cologne at a con.
Oh my God! I'll tell you something else that I do miss, and it's changing times. Is I miss the weird hole in the wall stores. I miss going to South Street in Philadelphia and buying anime on black cases where they had a handwritten like this is the movie, and there was that level of like underground music to getting stuff. And I think a lot of that has gone away, and maybe it's for the best. But I do miss that
in New York
journey of discovery.
In New York, I would say at least in cons there is one guy. Cause see, that was my foray into finding anime, was doing those, late 90s, late 80s, early 90s cons in New York, where they were selling exactly what you said. But in the cons, you have this whole bootleg guy, and it's like, what the hell is this? And he has it on a videotape, VCR showing it there. And just all bootleg versions of these anime movies I've never heard of or even seen in my life. Me and my boys, like, that's how we picked up that one day. We must have spent like $100. But the ones I remember the most was Violence Jack, Fist of the North Star, and Akira. Our first times watching those.
So I got to tell you something. Violence Jack just got re-released by Discotheque, and I'd never seen it until this year.
Isn't it dope? Isn't it funny with a little knife? My man be killing it.
I have to tell you, I thought it was one of the just worst anime I ever saw, because I'm like, I was like, this is so, it was like a snuff film, right? And I get why it was popular, but I'm like, this film was like a snuff film. Like, it's just like, we're just killing people. And I got young ears in the room, so I can't really get into all this stuff. But I watched it, and I was actually kind of shocked, where I'm like, I felt like I had bought a snuff film, where I'm like, ooh, like I didn't know what I was buying, but it's Discotheque, they're big anime people, and I'm like, oh, and I just watched it, and I was kind of feel a little dirty from watching this movie now.
Oh, really? You want another one that made me feel dirty? Because we also bought it that day, and we were watching. No, Legend of the Overfiend, Urusu Kudoji.
Yo, I got to tell you something about that. I got a copy of that 2 years ago, right?
Oh, crap.
All the kids go to bed. I sit down and watch it. And
you were like,
it is racy. But here's the weird part, right? I'm near the end of the film, and I'm watching it, and there's this series of weird sound effects, right? And like weird music. And I'm like, what? I'm like, what the hell is that? Right. And I did this weird double take. I'm like, I know that. Then I was rewinding it, and I watched it like 2 more times, and I ran over to my music because I still have all my CDs, and I'm like, this is on White Zombie. This is on Les Sexorcisto Volume 1, the sound effect. So I'm pulling the case notes out, and they're in the copyright on this thing that I've had for 30 years and never realized it's like a copyright, Legend of the Overfiend sound cut from track. And I was like, they sampled Overfiend.
That's
and
crazy.
I never did. You know that?
No, thank you for saying that. I gotta go back and listen, because whoa, that's crazy.
Like it was one of those things where I was like, I've never seen this. Like I'd seen clips, but I was like, I just want to sit and watch it, so I bought it. And then I'm like, wait, I've never seen this. And then it played that sound effect, and I was literally like it would be like if my dad walked out from behind you right now. So that's my dad. He's where you're at. Like, how's he there? How did he know that? I'm like, that's him, right? You would just do a double take. Like, how the hell did you do that? So that was crazy for me with Legend of the Overfiend. I liked Legend of the Overfiend better than Violence Jack, because although it had adult content, the plot seemed better. I felt dirty from Violence Jack.
We felt dirty after 1,000 years, and I'll leave it there. That was hysterical. We were like, what the? Our mind blew. Like that lady did. We're like, oh.
The best part about buying those like black spiners was back in the day, you didn't know if you were buying like a magic princess or hentai, or just hell, you're hoping you didn't buy a real snuff film. It's like, here's a blank tape, Al. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like, I don't know what's on it, but I'm going to watch it. Like, when you think about that as an adult, it's like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, for real. Hey, man, listen. Yeah, kids now, listen, the access you guys got nowadays, enjoy it and don't mess it up.
I'm going to tell you something. I saw a warning on Facebook. It's like, warning, all Gen X people, if you find blank videotapes at a house, don't watch them.
Yo, bro,
that made me laugh. Right? I was like, yeah, I get what you're saying. What are these unmarked videotapes I found in this old closet? Don't watch them.
Yeah, please don't, for the love of God.
Yeah. So we got an action figure. Scroll down in the campaign. You can see how we built her.
You really have an action figure?
Yeah.
Okay, you got cups too. Mugs. Look at that shit. What? Ooh.
Planet Comics.
Look at that. Look at the size of that. Limited quantity set of 11 books, folks. Come on. Stickers. My man got everything. Bookmark, tickets.
Virtual event. Got all the new
the old issues, right? New covers on old issues. There you go. Look at that. The new covers. Spice again. Oh, there we go. Zemba toy creation. Man,
So
what inspired this? Oh, look at that. I know that. All right. So
I got to tell you something funny. So if you scroll down just a little bit more, the back of the book, right? The back of each book is a toy, right? So that's the back cover. We wanted to make it look like a toy, right?
Okay.
So I told you I'm using this other printer. So the one with all the stats, that's the inside back cover. So these guys had not seen these. So I sent all the books down to proof, to get the proof set up. And the printing company said, "Is this really the back cover?" And I said, Yeah, it is. So I went to pick up the proofs a couple days ago. And the general manager of the printing company said, "You really caused a lot of confusion down here." He goes, "We really don't understand why you're printing packaging on your book." He goes, my printers, like the guys that run the stuff, they said, "This can't be right. This is toy packaging." And I pulled out one of these books as a proof. Yeah. I said, "Bro, this is to give a nod to the toys we wanted to play when we were kids. Lords of the Cosmos are toys." And I'm like, the back of the book is an action figure. And the guy's like our age, right? And he goes, "Son of a bitch." He goes, "You did that as like kind of a right? You get what I'm doing?" And he goes, "My guys literally thought you sent the wrong files. They thought this was a toy." And I was like, you tell them that Jay got him. And I was like, if this tricked them, right? Like a magic trick, like, well, this can't be right. Then I'm like, we did, because every issue has a toy, right? So that's kind of our
hold on. Oh, boom, there we go.
Right?
Oh, that looks so good.
It's got what it would have been where we'd have hung it on. We got a price tag, right?
That looks so good, bro.
And then the inside cover is what would have been the back of the package, where it's got statistics and like a little bio. So if you were a kid, you would have seen this at like Kmart on the rack.
Oh, that is so dope, bro.
But so it actually tricked it just confused them. Like, well, this can't be a book. This is a toy. This is packaging. This isn't a book. And so that really, I don't know, you can get a better compliment than actually tricking someone, right?
Yeah, man, for real. That's a testament to the design skill, because you really had these motherfuckers thinking, what the hell is the action figure?
Well, they're like, where's the book page? Where's the book page, right? This can't be for the book. This is wrong. Hi, Daniel. So that actually made me smile last week. It just made me laugh. I just was like, that's cool, man. You know, and even if it was only me hearing it. And then when this guy goes, "Oh my God," he goes, "I didn't realize what you were doing." He goes, "It's a comic." Oh, he goes, "Oh my God," right?
Make sure he backs it. That's what he needs to do. All right.
Yeah, the whole company needs to back it.
Absolutely. You got tricked, and that's what you owe him. All right. Now, look at that, folks, right there, action figure. If you want to get a custom, and I like that 2 out of 4 already popped off on it. Like, that's it. There's only 2 left, folks. 300 custom 11.5-inch Zemba action figure and base, along with the latest issue. And note, the toy packaging is 2 prints and an actual blister pack. All right.
Using the correct terminology, the blister pack.
Yeah, bro. Look at this man. Fucking legend. I told you this guy's a legend, folks. Come on, bro.
We could talk toy. Let's talk toys, right?
If I'm gonna talk toy shit, I gotta bring Bobo Mac on my baby brother Chris Crash, and Jesus Christ, his toy collection is insane. And him and my middle brother both try to rob stuff from mine. Do you still want that, Al? Yes, if it's on my shelf, I do. It's shelf porn. Don't touch my porn.
Leave my toys alone, you fellow adults.
Yeah, you know. Oh man, if a kid ever comes over my house, I think I'm gonna be a nervous wreck.
You know, it's funny. A friend of mine, her husband out in Pittsburgh, he designs toys for Hasbro and Mattel. He's a private toy designer, and he's super talented. And I remember he was telling me that it drives him nuts when his nieces and nephews are around because they try to touch all his toys. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, you see, you're like the toy maker that you don't like, get these kids away from my toys. I'm toy maker, right?
Listen, I understand. My cells look dope. I have them positioned right. I like the way they look. Please do not disturb them.
Keep these children away from my toys.
It sounds so bad.
So I have my Akira motorcycle, right? If you want to go grab it real quick and bring it into frame. But the other day, my kids know not to touch it. It's on a case. Don't touch it. My older son goes, Dad, look what the cat's doing. And our 1-year-old cat was sitting next to it. I was like, get away from my toy cat. And he's like, kitty, Daddy's going to freak out if you touch his motorcycle. And I was just like, and this cat weighs like 16 pounds, you know, and I'm like, no. And I'm like, I don't want to move and like scare it. And then it'll jump or whatever. So it kind of just moved away. But I was like, you're going to have a cat slippers here real soon if you get too frisky there.
You know what you got to do? You know how to do the electric fence thing? Put that little collar, but only put the electric around that toy. That's it. Yeah. Only around the toy.
See, I'm not going to do that because I want to stay married. I don't know what my wife would do. Hey, honey, I put an electric fence on the bookshelf to keep cats away from a cartoon motorcycle.
Hey, you know, you don't got to say anything about it.
Yeah, just the cat's smoking from its neck.
Why is the cat being so loud?
Well, I'll tell you who would sell me out would be my kids. They'd be like, Mom, Dad told us to keep a secret about the electric fence around his cartoon motorcycle. We're not supposed to tell you.
Snitches.
My kids are in their snitch mode. A couple years ago, I got my wife something for Christmas, and I put it in the closet. I was like, all right, guys, we'll keep this our secret. Wife comes home. Hey, Mom, Dad put a present for you in the closet. It's a surprise. We're not supposed to tell you about it.
Oh, gee, thanks.
I'm like, outstanding, fellows. Good job.
You guys are not going to fare well if you keep doing this stuff.
Yeah, I'm like, can I electric fence you guys out in the backyard? But no, I love my kids, but man, it's you got kids. It's a learning experience. You know what I mean?
It's a wonderful experience though that I wouldn't change for anything, and it is what it is. You know, God bless our kids.
You get humbled. That's what you get, right? You get humbled.
Real quick. And folks, you listen, if you love this project, we can't state this enough, and you love indie comics, and because those are holidays, you're in that thankful and giving spirit, let me tell you, this is the project for you. So, if you've been collecting, I hope you jumped on number 5. If you have not, go ahead, give it a taste with number 5. But don't miss out. I suggest you get everything, my people. You can get it at PDF or 5 or 15, or you can get it in print at 55, and I would rather go for print. Something you could hold in your hands, you could show people and share, and again, shelf porn. Come on. Who doesn't want some shelf porn? All right, now, support the project. Follow my man Jason all over social media. Very important. On Instagram is Lenox Artist. That's 1X, all right? Lenox, all right, mi gente? X is Lenox Artist. Facebook, Jason Lenox Illustrator. And, of course, on that new social format that everybody's going nuts for, and people are moving and dropping other platforms for, and then when they go there, they want to leave and go back to the other one again. But whatever, stop dividing and let's get together. But this is Blue Sky now, LenoxArtist.bluesky.social, because they got to make it super long.
Hey, I do have a question for you. I still laugh about this when I see Rob Liefeld. He was refusing to answer you about Brigade, and I jumped in on a thread and said, "Are you answer this man? Remember that?"
Oh, yeah.
Did he ever get you your book?
I still don't have my book, and you know that this man still provides updates as if it's going to ship one day. Listen, I do not want my money back. I want to see this fucking this shit should look like the Bible. by the time I get it.
You
The
know,
side of it should be in gold printing and everything. You know what I mean?
what's crazy with books like that is I almost wonder, like, are you trying to outlive your backers? Like that,
It's a
keep it
race.
going. You can keep it going
No,
and
I'm gonna be in an old folks home, and I hope he comes into the one I'm at. Where's my book?
you be like, you thought you get away. No, every now and then I go check out Brigade's campaign, and it's now over 10 years old, and it is one of the
Way
wildest
over.
things. Yeah, it's wild.
Listen, right now I should be sending that book to college. You know what I
mean? When can it drive? Does it have a license?
Dude. Rob, see, creators don't do it. Listen, Rob is I don't know. Why would you do that? Don't see it as that.
I'll never forget that. I was like, will you help this man with his book? Yeah. I didn't get blocked. I was thinking he was going to block me, but he didn't.
Yeah. Is he trying? I don't know. Listen, if you're not going to give out the book, at least be man. I don't even want the money back. Just either give me my book or be man enough to say, I'm not giving nobody the book. I effed up. Be man enough to say that. At least. That for me is worth the money I put. That an admission of guilt. That's it.
What did that guy say on Seinfeld? No soup for you. No comic for you.
Right? Exactly. Just be honest. Be the comic Nazi.
No book for you.
No comics for you. Next. Love it.
Now, I love that guy, Soup Nazi. I don't know. He's just still
it was good. It was funny. Could you imagine having to order food in that style?
You know what? I love it because there was a restaurant in State College. It was a German restaurant, and it now is no longer here. But the big claim to fame is the guy that owned it had a gigantic wooden spoon, and by this, I mean like the size of a rake. And he'd walk around the restaurant with this thing like, shh, and he'd come up to you and be like, "You gonna eat your food?"
Oh, really?
And I took my wife and kids there once, or kid. I think we only had one kid at the time. And this guy's giving my wife grief about eating. And she goes, "Well, I don't like that." I said, "This is great." He like yells at everyone at the restaurant. He's walking around, "Eat your dinner. Finish what you ordered, sir."
Damn. It's not like the spot I went to in Chicago where they were insulting us. That's kind of the theme. So the waiters, they throw the spoons at you and the napkins, and they treat you like shit. And one of my comic crusaders was with me, and he felt like your wife. He's like, "Yo, I'm not digging this. I don't want to say something." I'm like, "No, just chill, bro. I'm from New York, and I'm able to take it. Just give it back."
My wife, she's like, "Where do you want to go to dinner?" I'm like, "Can we go there?" And she's like, "No, we can go anywhere except there."
But
she found no humor in it, which made it even funnier to me because this guy would be like, "Are you too good to finish your meal?" And he had this spoon that was like the size of a rake. He just walked around with this gigantic wooden spoon, and he looked angry. Just angry all the time at this place. And
I would have loved to have done that because I think my ex-wife also would have been very annoyed by that, and I would have enjoyed every second of it.
I don't find that funny, Al. The man with the spoon is just a jerk.
I'm gonna be there eating like, yeah, I think it's hilarious. I'm sorry, just keep eating. Leave me alone. I love this.
Oh man,
all right, bro.
I still remember, but he was just rude.
You're the man, bro. You see this? See what a cool, just family man, humble man, but producing amazing work, folks. Please visit that Kickstarter today. Show that love. I mean, it's gonna shut down. I don't know when, but. Listen, you got the holidays. Hopefully, he's generous enough. I mean, and look at that list of credits. Holy smokes! Look at this. He has built a small army of creators here. Amazing.
No, and I think one of the biggest skills I've gotten making comic books over the years is there. I mean, you got to be able to draw, right, and then maybe you write. It's really about managing. A lot of the skills that you would have to build a house or something like that is coordinating trades and scheduling and negotiation and having people work together, and then being the okay, you come here, you stop, you go here. It's a challenge. I've done, I think, 9 comic books over the years, and they never really get easy because they're all big undertakings. I respect anyone that's ever made their own book, because I know how hard it is. And, if you're telling your own stories and you're putting it together, I tip of the cap to those people because it's all hard.
Much respect. Much respect. I mean, yeah, all of you, yeah, you're doing that, man. So, much respect to you, bro. I love the energy. You come across so humble, but yeah, you got these dope projects you're doing. Yeah, I see such a big future, Jason. Just keep doing, bro. I mean, this is gonna be amazing. And folks, again, follow on the socials, follow on that website at jasonlenox.com. He even has an Etsy shop. What's the Etsy shop? Where we get that? Lenox Art Emporium.
Yeah, no. So there's actually a Christmas sale until December 6th on my Etsy store. T-shirts, enamel pins, some fan art. It's a fun store. There's always orders trickling in from one part of the world or another. A lot of stuff in North America, but every now and then someone from another country buys stuff, and I love it. I love seeing sales go to South America, Europe, Asia. I love it. I love it.
Lenox Art Emporium worldwide, baby. Woo!
I love getting stuff from people around the world. Nothing makes me happier. I had a podcaster that he asked like what I really wanted to see, and I said I just want I want a more diverse audience. I want people from old, young, whatever, any gender, any color, any place in the world. I want as many readers, and I love sending packages to places I don't know, because then I always think, well, these people find other fans in Finland or whatever, right?
You're gonna be like Michael Hasselhoff was in Germany. Yeah. You're gonna be the next big thing in Finland, like the premier creator.
Finland, I'll be like Jarja Fjord, right? Like whatever that shit is. Give me your Fjorden.
Oh my God, bro!
And they'll be like, we'll throw you into a fjord.
Look, go right there, folks. Show that love at the Lenox Art Emporium, and of course, the Kickstarter. The link is there, but it's also in the show notes. So please support and love our independent creators. Like Jason, this is the future indie, future comics, future of creation. Again, as an animation fan, I'm sure he's gonna want to do this in a heavy metal style of cartoon, fire and ice style. What style will you do a cartoon on this? Like,
you know what? Okay, now you got me talking. So if Lords of the Cosmos was a cartoon, I would love to see every style under the sun, like a little anthology. I would love to see someone do it like a filmation, where it's a lot of the guys running back and forth, right?
Yeah, on the same scene.
I would love to see it done in like hardcore Madhouse style anime. I would love to see it in like kind of a 90s Fox cartoon, right? From Fox Kids Afternoon. I would like to see it, 1960s, kind of like those old kind of weird choppy ones. I'd love to see it like Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends for Saturday morning. So to me, that would be a real turn on to see like, a rotoscope like Fire and Ice. Like I would be into seeing all that stuff because I love all those styles. And I think it'd be fun to see the Lords of the Cosmos with different animation styles. One cartoon that I like a lot, and I think it doesn't get the love because I think the sequels have been really bad over the years, is after The Matrix. The Matrix people were really into anime, the Wachowskis, and they did a thing called the Animatrix, where they had like 10 or 9 or 10 like really short animes, and they had all different studios, including my favorite one, Madhouse. And what I thought was really powerful about that production was it was one theme, but it was like 9 different animation directors. So every animation in that looked totally different. And I'm a big fan of diversity of visual style. So even though I have like my favorites, I love seeing different stuff. I love seeing different creative visions. I love seeing, different animators doing things. I love the diversity. I love the different styles. So I think Lords of the Cosmos, if someone's listening and wants to fund it, I'm ready to quit my job and be a full-time animation director producer, right? But I would love to.
Let's manifest.
It's the manifest destiny. Quit my job. I will move to Hollywood and direct anime. Draw faster, you.
Yes, that's
your in-between's done. So I think
make that hole darker.
Yeah, make that sword a little sharper there, boy.
Give me some nicks. Come on.
Give me some. Right. Make that girl look cuter. Make that monster uglier. Stat. Right. I would love to see different styles. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
So did you enjoy that last Star Wars series that came out, which was the mixed arts, Tales of the Jedi? Something was it that something? I'm not the biggest Star Wars guy, but I remember watching the series and it was different animated style, similar to the Batman anime they did.
I didn't see the Star Wars Visions.
Visions,
yeah, that's Disney Plus in a long time, so I haven't seen it. I know
that was nice.
It sounds cool. It sounds like Animatrix, where same thing, different stuff. So I dig that. So something like that. That would be if I could have one wish for Lords of the Cosmos, that would be it. That would be like a 10-part animated series. You could just watch it all and
let's manifest. That's it. It's being manifested right now. But folks, please support the project. Support my man Jason. I share all the links on screen. The links are below in the show notes. Okay, so if you're watching on YouTube right now, for example, go into the more information. Everything's there. Click away. Show the love. We'll be playing around. All right. I appreciate you guys. I know it's the holiday season, so I'm thankful for each and every one of you that tuned in across platforms such as X, YouTube, and Facebook. Thank you. You know what I mean? Danny, thanks for being the only one not shy and saying hello, because people tuning in and just watch and listen. So thank you for doing that. But of course, if you have any questions, they could just hit you up, on your social platforms. If you have any questions,
I will give them a friendly answer.
There we go. You hear that? He'll show some love. All right. So we have to support Jason Lenox, support the Comic Crusaders. Much love and happy holidays. Hasta la próxima, baby.
Crusaders, let's go.
Thank you for listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. If you like the content, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Also, please visit comiccrusaders.shop and our extended podcast family over at undercovercapes.com. And also make sure to download the Comic Crusaders app on the Google Play Store today.